Hi class, this is Neil, and this is the final video for lesson 2 of Unit 9. This corresponds to page 6 of the handout, and in this portion we'll be interpreting coordinates. So in this example, we're given a diagram, and we're told that right triangle MON is inscribed in circle O. So it's inside of circle O. And we're told that point M, which is -4 and 3.5, is on the circle, right? So there's that point M on the edge of the circle. All right, before we kind of go into the different parts of this question, let's think about that coordinate, -4, 3.5. All right, so -4, of course, is our x value. And if we think about the way x is measured, it's measured horizontally. Next, we have that y value of 3.5. And if we think about how y is measured, it's measured vertically. Okay, so that's going to really help us when we're interpreting this triangle. So first I have that x value of -4. That's really the distance between point N and point O. That's my x value there. All right, my y value of 3.5 is really my distance between points N and M. All right, so now that I've kind of written those points in, let's take a look at the parts of this question. Okay, so part A, find the length of ON. Well, ON is this distance here. Now I know that we wrote the number -4 because that's our x value, that's our distance along the x-axis, or really the value of point N on the x-axis. Length, though, is always a positive measurement. Okay, because it's always positive, the length of ON is really 4. Okay, the length of MN, again, that's the distance between that point on the x-axis N and point M. That's really the same as my y value here, which is 3.5, which is already a positive number. Okay, so we're asked to find the length in part, really should say part C. We're asked to find the length of MO to the nearest tenth. Okay, so MO is what we don't know here. That's my x, my unknown. In terms of my right triangle, though, that's my hypotenuse. And anytime we're asked to relate the three sides of a right triangle, our mind should automatically go to the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. And now I'm going to input the lengths of my triangle for A and B. Doesn't matter which. So 4 squared plus 3.5 squared equals c squared. Okay, if I turn to my calculator, I would get 16 plus 12.25 equals c squared. Simplifying that, 28.25 equals c squared. Solving for c, I would need to square root both sides. And I'm going to get c equals approximately 5.3. That's because I've rounded. Okay, and it asks us to round to the nearest tenth. But you would need your calculator to do that. Right? So what that means is that the length of MO is 5.3. So that's really my final answer. All right, there are 2 problems to practice with this idea. You can pause the video, write that down, and I'll see you in the next lesson.